Hey everyone, thank you so much for joining this daily devotional. We are starting a brand new devotional series that's going along with our Sunday series called Summer on the Mount. We're going to look at probably the greatest teaching in the entire history of the world, Jesus' teaching from the Sermon on the Mount. This is going to be a 5-week series as we break this down and go through these 3 chapters, this great sermon, and just pull such truth and application from these verses. So you're not going to want to miss a single one, but I'm excited to start from the very beginning with the Beatitudes. We're going to read the first one and talk about it. And this is what it said. God blesses those who are poor and realize their need for Him, for the kingdom of heaven is theirs. So I want you to imagine that you're in this massive crowd and Jesus is with you and He's going up on this mountain to teach. Just imagine how excited you would be to hear the word straight from the Lord's mouth, and He's about to come up and share, and you're just pumped and you're ready and you've got your friends with you, and He starts off in the first word He says is blessed. I mean, you're thinking this is going to be a great sermon. Blessed means happy. He's about to tell you how to be happy, how to inherit the kingdom of God. He's about to come up with all these things, show all these things. And then He says this, blessed are the poor and who realize their need for Him. That's kind of a weird statement. That's a weird way to start off. If I was there, I'd be a little taken aback and go, man, that's kind of a strange way to start this best sermon ever. God blesses the poor and those who realize His need for Him. It comes with a great promise. The great promise is they'll inherit the kingdom of God. But what a way to start it. Blessed are the poor. What does that mean? What is God trying to say? Simply this. If you want to inherit the kingdom, if you want to be a part of the kingdom, if you're going to walk and understand the kingdom, you have to realize that the only thing that can satisfy you, the only thing that can make you whole, the only thing that can complete you is God and God alone. See, we're never going to inherit the kingdom if we think we can be completed by all these other things in the world. We'll only understand the kingdom if we realize that we have nothing, that we are satisfied by nothing but God alone. And when we recognize that, we will be filled with Him. But the problem is the world offers so many counterfeits. Everywhere you turn, it's saying this is what you need to be whole. This is what you need to be satisfied. It says find your satisfaction, find your completeness in your job. Find it in your spouse, in your family, in what you do. Find it in who you are, how much money you have. Find it in all these different places. And none of those things are bad. But if that's where we find our completeness, we'll actually be incomplete. It's only when we realize, man, none of those things satisfy me. None of those things make me whole. It's only God. Because if we're trying to be made whole by those things, it's a race that never ends. Because we'll say, oh, I'll be happy when I have this much money. And then we get it and we're still incomplete. Say, oh, I'll be blessed when I actually have this much money or this house or this job. And then we achieve and we achieve and we achieve. And we find ourselves completely unsatisfied. But it's only when we take a step back and we say, God, none of this can satisfy me. None of this can make me whole. God, I am poor, and I recognize my need for You. And when we have that heart, God says, now you understand the kingdom. Now you can walk in the kingdom. So what do we need to do? Well, we need to take inventory of our heart. We need to look in our heart and ask God to look into our heart and say, is there anything that I'm putting my hope in? Is there anything I am putting my trust in apart from You? God, is there anything that is satisfying me other than You? Is there anything I'm trying to find completeness in other than You? And if there is, we have to lay it down at the altar. Say, God, I lay this down before You. I offer it to You. God, I only need You. We have to recognize our need for Christ, because it's Christ and Christ alone who can satisfy us. The world will offer so many counterfeits, but that's what they are. They are counterfeits. So we turn to Jesus and say, Lord, I am poor and I need You. And then He will satisfy us. Well, I hope this has been encouraging to you. Again, you're going to want to tune in for these 5 weeks as we break down the Sermon on the Mount. You're not going to want to miss a single Devo. It's going to encourage and bless your life so much. I hope you have a great day.